Hello, Spyder Wayne here. It is Sunday, May 7th, and it's raining outside today, so I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do an install of these nice looking adjustable brake and clutch levers onto my Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Why am I going to do this today? Well, the brake and clutch levers on this bike, they're not the prettiest, they're not the nicest looking, they work. And I thought I'd like to say that the main reason is just to get some nicer looking and adjustable ones on here. But that wouldn't be the whole truth. If you come on over here, you're going to see that the clutch lever looks a little different than the brake lever. And there's the end of it right there. So I'm going to have to admit that I did something that's, at my age, it's a matter of not if you're going to drop the bike, it's a matter of when I did drop my bike. It was a gentle drop. It was in the driveway. It was just dumb and embarrassing. And as it started, I knew it was going to happen, and then gently let it down. So that happened last weekend. So I started doing the research, and I ended up finding these FXCNC aluminum adjustable clutch and brake levers. Yes, they're from China. I found them online and ended up ordering them on Monday. $34. So worst case scenario, if I don't like these, or if they don't last, or if the coating fades, I'm out $34. And I'm going to try and do an install here. I am not a mechanic. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it might end up being very entertaining because I am a bean counter. I'm a guy that works on a computer all day looking at numbers and crunching numbers and doing work on a motorcycle. I can do easy stuff. This looks pretty easy, so I'm going to give it a go. So here's the tools that you're going to need, or I'm going to need. You need 3 wrenches. You need a 12 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, and an 8 millimeter, which I don't have, but I have an 8 millimeter socket. And then you need a small Phillips screwdriver and a flat screwdriver. Those are all the tools needed. But on this side, there is a clutch lever switch, and it's very small and delicate, and that's what you need the number 1 Phillips screwdriver for. Okay, so underneath here, there's 2 tiny little Phillips screws, which I will remove first. There's the first one. Don't want to lose this screw. All right. So there's the screw. And now the switch comes out. And now it's out of the way. So it is very small. So apparently if you try and remove this lever with that switch still in, you can easily break or damage that switch. All right. So next, in order to get some slack up at the clutch lever, I'm going to take a 12 millimeter wrench and undo or loosen this nut right here, give it some slack, remove the cable from the housing there, and then we have slack up at the other end. Okay, next step in removing this lever is you need an 8 millimeter wrench, which I don't have, but I will use my socket. That goes, you have a 10 millimeter nut on the top, but on the bottom you have an 8 millimeter nut. And that has to be loosened. There's that nut removed. And then this is a threaded bolt. It needs to be loosened and removed. That's that. Bolt removed. And apparently there is not quite enough room to get the lever out, because this housing is just too close to this. So you need your 10mm wrench again to loosen the back side here so we can slide that housing over. A little more, there we go. And then you can remove the cable. Cable's off. Okay, we'll put a little bit of grease at both ends of the opening of the new lever. And a little bit around the cable. So now we want to get the cable into the new lever. Okay. And slide the new lever in. Line it up. We'll clean out that excess later. It's a long bolt. Just snug it down. You don't have to over crank it. Clean it off. And then reinstall the 8mm nut. And again, just get that snug, don't have to go crazy on it. And then I think I'll put the switch in before I get that locked on there. All right. Screw this switch back in. That's one. Get this thing tightened up. All right, about there. So now we have to reattach the other end of the clutch cable. Get the clutch cable put back into the housing here. Pull that back tight there and re-tighten up the 12mm bolt. I'm sorry, 12mm nut. Okay, let's check the play. Yep. Now we do the easy side, the brake side. So on the brake side here, 10mm bolt here. Lock nut off. Unscrew this bolt. Now this one, there is a brake switch in back here. It sticks straight out this way, so the lever just needs to come out this way so I don't damage that switch. There we go. So I have to line up that little dish-looking dimple dent with that brake switch. Slide the bolt in. Tighten it up. Put on the lock nut on the bottom. Just snug it up. Don't have to go crazy, just so that it's nice and snug. Okay. If it stops raining, I can go out for a test ride. Looks like we might be between rain, so I'm going to go for a little test ride. Okay, so my verdict is I love the 2 fingers on the brake. I'm not used to that on the clutch. 3 feels okay, 2 still a little odd, that's unusual for me. But they feel good, they work good. I would call that a success for a bean counter. So anyway, until next time, please take care.